Greetings, Allis Chalmers fans. Today we're looking at a D15 Series 2. This would be a, I guess, late 67, 68 model. My father purchased it new locally back then, and we've had it in the family ever since. The D15 Series 2 uses a 160 cubic inch 4-cylinder motor, rated about 43 or 45 horsepower. The rear tires on the D15s were a 26 inch tire. These are 14.926. I have seen 13.626s also on them. Oddball size tire, 26 inch. Some of the changes they made on the Series 2, the fenders are different. They have a more upright fender, more supports. The lights were mounted on the fenders, as is the grab handle. They have a rear work light, as you can see. And also on the Series 2, I'm pretty sure about all of them came with the 3-point hitch, although the snap coupler system was optional then. This one does have the deluxe seat on it. Series 2 decal, then you had an oval muffler, make things a little bit quieter, and like I say, they went to the 160 cubic inch motor on these for a little more power. This one still has the 12 volt positive ground generator on it. Has a spin out rear rims, and the front axles can slide in and out to accommodate different road widths. This is pretty much the standard road width as we got it set up now. This one does have the inside wheel weights. You don't see too many of them with those. They're pretty rare. And then we also have the pie weights on the rear. I'm not sure of the pie weights on like maybe a D17. You would use a total of 6 maybe. I can't remember if they was the same or not, or they might have been different, because I think the D17 series was narrower, but not for sure on that. Some other changes on the Series 2 that I remember was on the brakes. You had a locking lever in between the brake system, a different locking mechanism for the brake. And then on the early ones, you didn't have the thumb protector on the hand clutch, where the later Series 1 and then Series 2, you had this thumb protector. Maybe it's just to catch your thumb as you go up. As far as anything else, I can't remember anything else that changed on the Series 2. The color scheme, of course, is different. You have the black on the air cleaner. The Series 2 did go with a dry type air filter. That is tucked up under there, and instead of the old bath cleaner. Dry type cleaner was much preferred for sure. Like I say, this one still has the 12 volt. It's positive ground system. We do have the electronic ignition on these. Just kept going through points condensers. So I swapped that out, and ever since then I haven't had any issues. This one has power steering unit. Power steering units was here in line with the distributor drive. Engine runs, you got full power steering on these. We had option for a belt pulley, and we did use the belt pulley for many years. We ran a corn grinder on it. Here's a look at the instrument panel. Standard setup, it was common with the 14, 15, 17s, probably 19s also. You got your tack, your different gauge setups, that you had. steering wheel is a cream color steering wheel. I think originally they were black. Somebody once told me the black ones were non-power steering and the cream ones were power steering. I don't know if that's true or not. The deluxe seat does flip up or flip down if you want different positions of that. It is a 4-speed transmission, and like say your hand clutch gives you a total of 8 speeds, because you got high and low. High range all the way back is low range, and then in the middle is neutral. And this is the access port to the transmission if you need to make adjustments to the engagement there, the transmission. It's nicer on these that you can get to those. I showed you on a previous video of a D10, D12 series. The actual covers this plate and you can't get to it. Unfortunately, to do your brakes, you do have to pull the whole axle assembly out to get to them. These do have drop axles. Allis uses drop axles on most of the tractors up to the 185s. This one does have dual toolboxes on this. That's how we had it, and Dad always had them, always full of all kinds of tools we needed to operate, or to work on different implements. This one did, for most of its life, have a manual dump mount loader on it. That was an Allis Chalmers loader. So that was taken off, I guess, last year. We took that off. Just didn't use it very much. However, having that frame assembly all on the tractor protected the tractor over the years, and as like sheet metal stayed in very good shape. Very common on the tractors. This one had calcium in the rear wheels, and you can see how the calcium, just a little bit of leakage, will eat out the rims very quickly. These have been repaired several times. A little closer look at the wishbone assembly here for the wide front end. These also had the option to have the narrow front ends on them. Spin-on oil filter. And you can see different parts here underneath of it here. The front grille screen does come off pretty easily to get to, cleaning out the radiator. Also inside here, if you can see, is a upright vent tube. You take the vent tube out, and that's where you put in the power steering fluid. You have a radiator drain that's up here. This is a actual solid casting. It adds for weight for the front end. We did add a step onto it. As my dad got older, it's just harder to get on, so we added this step to help him get on and off. This is your PTO engagement lever. These tractors, if the PTO is engaged, you put the push clutch in, it will stop the PTO. What you would do would use the hand clutch to go to neutral on the hand clutch, and that's where you would have to be able to stop and then go forward again without interrupting the PTO. I think Series 2 did add these little cover plates on the side of the transmission just to keep your feet away from the transmission, because they working all day. I know pulling hairs or discs and stuff, the transmission does get hot, and this will keep the heat away from you. Checking transmission fluid. Let's see what else we got here. A little bit more of the rear assembly. You have we only have one remote on this tractor. That is controlled through the lever there on the left. You have the traction booster system. PTO does not have to be engaged on these for the hydraulics to work. However, if you put the clutch in, it does stop the hydraulics. And here you can see these are for the loader mounts. We just left those on there. Here's a little more close assembly, or the 3-point assembly. It does have a traction booster assembly for draft control. type of turnbuckles. These were changed over the years. I much prefer these over the older style that was on there. What else? This is, Dad had to purchase a Spray New Holland sickle mower here. So we use it in mow fields and whatnot. That is about everything I know that's different or unique about the Series 2. Anyway, we've had this tractor, like I say, since Dad purchased it new. Traded it in, got a sickle mower. I forgot what all he got with it. Seemed like it was like $4,000 some dollars. I think we found a ticket on it that he paid for this. It's been a very good tractor for us. We rebuilt the motor this year. It's got low on compression, so we did rebuild that and got it back in, and does fine for us. It's a great all-purpose tractor. It's very nimble, gets around, got, for its size, got plenty of power. Does whatever we want to. We were a small farm, so we don't need a lot. Thank you. Tune in later.